Why does the dating scene feel broken in 2026? Why are more people frustrated even with endless options everywhere? Did the pool get ruined? Or did the rules ruin it? Stay with us till the end, because the real answer is more uncomfortable than expected.
I've only been single for 3 months, and one thing I've noticed that a lot of people was also talking about when I was in a relationship that I would just see online is that the fucking dating pool is ass. I'm not even necessarily trying to date anyone. I have noticed is y'all are all controlling, unhealed as fuck. Nobody's actually trying to work on themselves. So when you're out here talking to someone, if you don't text them back in 2 seconds, they're trauma dumping on you and they're ready to cuss you out and cut you off and whatnot. And I just don't have time for that. I don't even understand how you guys are able to do it. I don't know how the fuck y'all get out of a relationship and instantly monkey branch onto the next person and trauma dump on them and take all the baggage that you had from your last relationship into your new one. No one is taking time to actually become a better man or woman. Y'all just out here trying to fuck and create new trauma bonds with new people instead of working on yourself and realizing, hey, oh, I did this wrong in my last relationship. Maybe I should fix this. Or maybe if I fix this, I can get the person who really loved me back. Y'all are weird.
For years, modern dating was sold as progress, more freedom, more choice, more control. Yet somehow more people ended up confused, exhausted, and disconnected.
These are the men you're not dating under my watch in 2026. Let me catch you. Married men. He won't leave his wife, but will leave you on red. You deserve better than that. Podcast men. They're convinced therapy is feminine, but having 3 secret families is not. Not under my watch. Religious men. Acting like Solomon, but he ain't a king. I'm not ready for a relationship, men. Translation, I'm not done ruining my life yet, but I'm gonna waste your time. Men that don't want a commitment, but are committed to the wrong things. I just need space, men. Okay, bro, talk to NASA. Over here, you're blocked. Men that want high-value women, but have low-value effort. Get on my face. Men with potential, meanwhile you're dating their reality. Guess who's losing? You. Men that say they want peace, but they're the chaos. Not under my watch. Men offering breadcrumbs like it's a 7-course meal. You are not allowed to date this man under my watch in 2026. Let me catch you.
Now some are starting to realize endless options can create endless dissatisfaction. When everyone seems replaceable, commitment starts looking optional.
Yo, when people say that the dating pool has pee in it, I don't think that that's an accurate representation of what's going on because it is scary as hell out here. Like what just happened to my homegirl, I feel so bad. So I'm gonna tell y'all, she was talking to this guy or whatever, and she's the type that she has certain standards. She wants to be courted, you know, she wants to be treated a certain way. And she met this guy, and you know, he was giving it up how he was supposed to give it up, all the sweet things or whatever. And eventually she told me about him, and I was a bit apprehensive because that's just me. Like certain things, if it's too good to be true, probably is. Long story short, her mom says, you know, you should have Ann do some digging or whatever because I'm really good at putting the pieces of the puzzle together. So I finally get around to it and I start my search. You know, she gives me his name and his date of birth and his phone number, and she says she got to confirm the last name. That was the first red flag coming from her, but I was like, okay, cool. So I started doing my little 1-2 or whatever, and nothing's coming up. And then I'm like, she did say she wasn't too sure of the last name. So, all right, cool. You know what? Let me just go with the phone number. I go with the phone number, and boom, I find something. But that person is a couple years older. And I'm just like, So we lying about our age now. But you know what? I let it slide. But girl, where it gets good at is something told me the names that are coming up, and it says also known as. I'm just like, what this mean? So then I click or whatever, and then that's when I get the full shebang. First of all, he lied about his name. The name that he gave her is not his name. And I guess he has the caller ID set up on his phone like that as to why I was able to find it. But anyway, that's one. 2, like, he is in financial ruin. So all the things of we can't, no, you cannot. You cannot. The skin on your ass is not yours. And I'm just sitting here, I'm like, damn, bro. So I go and I send her this information and I screenshot where I'm like, all right, cool. This is his phone number. So that's his name. And another thing is he's of a certain nationality or whatever. The name that she gave and his nationality didn't mix up. It's like, you know, if you know, you know. And I don't say that in like a negative way either. It's just like, you know, if you see someone who is Spanish and they have like a Spanish last name, like you expect that, you know, especially as a man, you would have, you know, the last name that matches your nationality a lot of the times. And I'm telling you, she is going to flip her shit. But I just, y'all men are out here really doing this? Like, what is there to gain? Please let me know.
Standards became a buzzword, but unrealistic expectations often came with it. When perfection becomes the minimum, average reality can never compete.
Everyone's saying dating in 2026 is broken, and they're right, but every single reason they give is wrong. Go on any social media platform and you'll hear it's the apps, women's standards are too high, social media ruined everything. And I get it, it feels that way. But here's what I see coaching men every single day. The real problem isn't any of that. The real problem is this. Men in 2026 have more information about dating than any generation in history and less actual practice than any generation in history. You're watching reels about eye contact instead of making eye contact. You're reading threads about what to text instead of going on dates. You've consumed 500 hours of dating advice content and been on 3 dates this year. The information isn't helping. It's becoming a replacement for doing the thing. Here's my challenge, and I mean this literally. This week, put your phone down for 1 hour per day and go somewhere with people. Not a bar necessarily, a coffee shop, a bookstore, a park, a climbing gym. Your only job is to talk to one stranger. Doesn't have to be a woman, doesn't have to be smooth. Say something to a human being in real life. Hey, is that book any good? This place is packed. Is it always like this? I like your dog. What's his name? That's it. 1 real conversation per day for 7 days. You will learn more about social dynamics, body language, and connection in that 1 week than in a year of watching content. Because reading about push-ups doesn't build muscle. You have to actually do them. The guys who are winning right now aren't smarter. They just got off their phone and showed up. The bar is so low right now that a man who can hold a real conversation in person is basically a unicorn. Be the unicorn. It starts with 1 conversation today. Now, as always, I hope this helps. And if you're serious about getting amazing results with women that you've always wanted, just comment ready and we'll get that journey started for you.
Meanwhile, attention became easy to collect but harder to trust. Likes, messages, and followers created validation without real substance.
I think I'm officially done with dating. Like, the dating pool is exhausting. Honestly, I'm just over dating. The dating pool is exhausting. People don't even know how to have a real conversation anymore. Everything feels surface level or like a game. At this point, I'm not looking to date a bunch of people. I just want one person that's like, I'm rocking with you. We don't even have to rush anything. Just be friends first, build something real, and see where it goes. Like, can we do that? I'm tired of dating. Bitch just gonna be alone.
That shift changed incentives fast. Why build something slowly when instant attention is available every day on demand?
Yeah, bitches that made it so hard for women like us these days. The dating pool sucks. It sucks so bad because I ain't gonna even call y'all bitches. I'm gonna call y'all unstable creatures. Y'all done made it hard for us, the good women. The good women that know how to cook, clean, suck, and fuck, financially stable, mentally stable, know how to hold a man down emotionally, know how to be his support, know how to, like, y'all fucked it up for us. I'm gonna tell you why. Because y'all done sit here and use and abuse these men mentally, physically, financially, and now they damaged. When they meet us, they don't know what to do with us. They don't know if they want to treat us like a hoe and fuck us and send us on out about our business. They don't know if they want to date us for real, get to know us. They don't know what they want to do with us because guess what? The unstable creatures before us, they messed it up. So these men coming in with this guarded shield because he's damaged and traumatized from what Riri done did 10 years ago. She didn't sit here and let this man pay her way through school. She didn't sit here and this man and took care of her and her child that they got together. For him to not only find out that she's been cheating the whole entire time. Not only find out that that baby that they raising, he damn near the uncle. I'm telling y'all, traumatized men. These men be traumatized. So we meet these men that look so good and they have every quality that we want on paper, but they be mentally fucked up because the unstable creature before us fucked it up for us. So now they don't even want to take a bitch on a date because they think we finna trick them out. They trying to trick them out some money. They don't want to help a bitch on the bill because it's tricking, because the last bitch they had to take care of. They took care of the last bitch. I'm talking about sent her through school, paid all the bills, made sure the kids was straight, while she the whole time cheated, lied, misused, and abused him. So when it come to us, it's like we got to get it out the dirt. We got to go in with our steel-toe boots on, trying to show these men that we ain't who he been with all these years. We got to prove to him that we better than her, basically.
Men noticed too. Many stopped competing in a system where effort felt undervalued and loyalty felt uncertain.
Hey man, say man, are women to blame for how bad the dating pool has gotten? Check me out. I was chopping game with my homegirl yesterday. We did our normal catching up. Job, family, kids, dating life. All the other stuff is normal conversation. When we got to the topic of dating, she told me how the dating pool got pee in it, feces, other liquids. I've heard this before, so it ain't nothing crazy. But what did kind of switch, she talked about the fact that women want companionship so much that they'll just settle for anything just to say that they have somebody to lay up next to at times, be on their arm at times, maybe to attend the event, maybe have a dinner. And at this point, women are damn near accepting anything, and she's placing a lot of the blame on ladies. She did also include that a lot of men don't plan dates anymore, and I will agree with her on it. There is a certain percentage of us men that won't call a woman and say, hey, at 7 o'clock we doing this and this, like really planning a date. But instead, what a lot of men will do is we'll hit up a woman and say, hey, what you got going on this weekend? If her response, well, I might be doing this or that, maybe not too much, why, what's up? Then the guy will respond to say, okay, hey, if you free on Friday or Saturday, I'd like to take you out to eat. Now, while that's a great gesture and this guy is asking to spend time with her and inviting her out, it's not technically a date because he's leaving a lot of room open for her to decide on her time availability, what they want to do, how she wants to do it. And in that capacity, some women feel that a man just isn't being an old school man, how they knew they daddy, they pawpaw, to where men would just dictate a time and activity, and we doing this or we not doing it. So let's be clear. Multiple things can be true. The dating pool can be affected. Men are no longer as proactive at planning dates anymore. And the fact that women just want to have somebody that they can lay up on or go ahead and hit they back in a few times out the month. They just willing to settle for all the other things that come with him, which they might not like. But let's also remember, ladies, a lot of men are only as faithful as their options. And when I say faithful, I'm not necessarily talking about cheating or infidelity. I'm talking about the effort that they put forward and what they do to assert themselves to show them that they really like you, meet your standard, and also provide you with a certain sense of reassurance that you're looking for. If your requirements is up here and you don't match what's up here, and I got 4 options down here that require less of me, that give me more of them, a lot of guys is gonna stay right here and stick with it. It's easier to please down here, and then it's more of them to spread themselves around as opposed to maybe this one up here. But again, this might be a home-cooked meal. This might be microwavable food. This up here is more fulfilling. This right here can feed you temporarily, but it depends on time and preference and what that guy is willing to do. So ultimately, I think if we had 3 million more men on this earth, the options would be different. The requirements of men would be different, and that dating pool percentage would change. So come on, let's talk about it.
What shocks people most is that walking away often brought peace. Less chasing, less confusion, less energy spent proving worth.
Self-awareness actually killed dating for me. Like, actually made it a lot harder. And not because I don't know how to receive love, but because now I recognize what love isn't. Like, I can see the difference between effort and performance. I can see.
And let's be honest, both sides played a role. Men tolerated bad dynamics, women rewarded shallow ones, and everyone called it normal.
Men are telling on themselves in droves, and it is honestly, it's kind of funny how they're gaslighting themselves. I just saw a video, I couldn't stitch it. He had stitched a woman who had said, like, why are so many men single? And she was actually I've seen her whole video, and she was doing it as a rhetorical question. And he popped in. He's like, well, because we can do our own laundry and we can cook for ourselves and we can clean for ourselves. And so we're at peace because we can do this for ourselves. Sir, so you basically are saying that the only reason that you had a woman in your life was to caretake you. You didn't want to do anything in your life. You thought that having a partner to take care of you was the ultimate goal, and it had nothing to do with who they were as a person, as long as you got taken care of, so that you didn't have to cook, so that you didn't have to clean, so that you didn't have to do your own laundry. That was the ultimate goal. And now that you can do that for yourself, you're like, but now I choose peace. No, you're not choosing anything. You've been forced to figure out how to do life on your own. And now you're saying, well, I can do this by myself. What do I need a woman for? You're objectifying women. See, a relationship and a partnership shouldn't be what they can give you to make you, I don't know, be lazy, I guess. But to not be able to figure out that is the sole reason that women are leaving. The sole reason is that men have objectified them and expect them to be their mommy or their caretaker. And they drain the women of everything. They don't reciprocate anything. They have no emotional intelligence, clearly, because they think that a woman is only there to cook and clean and do laundry. And then they turn around, they're like, well, I'm at peace now. I don't have to argue with someone. The only reason why somebody was arguing with you is because you thought that they were there to take care of you. And you had no anticipation to reciprocate it. How are men not getting this?
Now the dating pool feels thinner not because people vanished, but because trust, patience, and realism became rare.
So you guys just want to stay single, right?
True. A lot of gentlemen out there would honestly rather stay single.
Because why else would you stop approaching women in public entirely?
Other than the reason that a lot of women have told men to leave them alone, they don't want them in their lives and they don't need them, quite frankly, a lot of women's personalities really aren't conducive to an actual conversation, let alone a relationship.
Because I feel like back in the day, like early 2000s, maybe the 90s, it was so common for men to walk up to women and, start a little conversation. Nowadays, that does not seem to happen anymore.
Because a lot of men out there have woken up and seen what some women out there are really like. So, frankly, most of them would rather stay single than risk being with some of the types of women that they see every day on social media.
So tell me, why is it that you guys would rather just die alone?
Because a lot of men have realized that it's not only easier, but it's much more peaceful being single. And not only that, but a lot of men have woken up to the fact that they have self-respect, and they don't need to be in a relationship to be considered a complete person.
In the end, no one ruined dating alone. But when short-term ego beats long-term connection for years, the whole pool gets cloudy. That's all for today. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and don't forget to press the notification bell so you get the latest updates from our channel.